and welcome for a hot lap around the Mexican Grand Prix circuit. We are on board with young Stinson, who is going to take us on a ride for 2.6 miles, 17 turns. The lap record held by Valtteri Bottas is a 1:18.7 in 2018 as we approach turn 1 now. Open up the approach, throw the anchors out, get the car rotated in, touch the curb there, into turn 2, ride the curb, into turn 3, all over the curb again, back on the throttle as we approach turn 4. But pick out our braking mark on this second DRS straight. Into turn 4 now, throw the anchors out, all over the curb again into 4. Just touch the curb slightly, 5. Ride this curb completely into turn 6 to open up the approach and ease the throttle back in. 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear as we go into turn 7 now. Into turn 8, using all the curves to try and open up the corners as much as possible. This second sector is frantic with corners flying at you as we ride the curb now into turn 12 to open up the approach once again as we go into this magnificent stadium sector. Snatches the front left there, misses the apex into the final corner now. Round turn 17, back on the throttle as we approach a line, and that's the lap of Mexico.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to the Mexican Grand Prix for Monday Night Racing. We're currently loading into the lobby, as you can see behind the overlay. So we'll quickly go over the tyres for you. Oh, Ben joins me in the commentary box, so I probably shouldn't forget about him.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice and valued in the commentary box. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, sorry. So Dan Murphy currently on 229 points, 4 rounds remaining, including Mexico. He has a 76-point lead at the minute, so he can clinch the title tonight. Exile does need to outscore him significantly, I believe, to keep the well, just outscore him actually. So the tyres are as follows: we have the soft, the medium, and the hard tyre. The medium round here is a second off the soft. There, it's off the sorry, it's a long day. So the medium is a second off the soft tyre, and the hard tyre is 1.6 off the soft tyre. So Ben, you looking forward to this evening?
Well, thank you for blabbering through that introduction.
Yeah, eventually.
I was going to say, what a mare. Yeah, we're on the precipice of crowning a champion for the first Monday Night Racing season. We are trialling the short format for qualifying, hoping that creates some excitement and get some useful data for next season as well, moving forward as well. So we have some cars coming out on track.
I believe
we've got 2.
We do. So
we've got Civic. Why not? We've got Ryan coming out on track.
We've gone with Stinson, the man that goes for hot laps. I think he's actually.
I was going to say, let's give Stinson some airtime, given that he did provide a very good hot lap for us.
Hopefully he doesn't lock an inside front again, going into the last corner that you so expertly pointed out for.
I was going to say, it's probably the only slight mistake in the lap, but fair play to him.
I think he's
probably far quicker than anything. I was going to say, probably far quicker than anything I can produce, even after 50 attempts. That is why I am up here in the commentary box. So as we wait for some cars to come out on a lap.
So I think Stinson is going to be the first man to set a lap this evening for us.
Let's go find him. Let's go find ourselves Stinson, so let's get on board with him. What are we looking for a pole position time? You're pretty good.
I don't know. Come to think of it, I'm not 100% on pole times. I'll let Stinson set a time. And then we've also got the Lizard 14 for any new viewers, who joined us last week in back and sets a notification. Stinson's invalidated that lap and is backing out. So we will go find ourselves another driver to stick on board with, and that driver will be the Lizard.
Let's go on board with Lizard. Rapid driver.
Yeah. I'd like to say, good drivers are lucky I'm not on track.
No, that's my
It was
line. You
stiff
can't use
competition.
that.
Oh, yeah, different. There's two to the left of the session, so not too low. We're going to go back in. Wizard showing everyone how to keep it just in the limits there. Mario Bonboy Mercedes.
The works Mercedes.
Works. You love saying that, can't you?
Yeah. As Toon rejoins us, thankfully. Never a dull race when Toon's around on track. So how is this looking for Lizard going through these corners? I can never hook this up. But this is why these guys are at the top of the game. Runs it outright past an invalidation.
Lucky that Rabbit has set an early lap time.
A 17 flat on mediums. I think we're looking 115s. Oh.
Yeah.
Late 115s.
Somewhere about that, what the Deltas between second and Rabbit to quick guys. I believe, talking of the quick guys,
Let's go hop on board. Hope we're not giving him the commentator's curse.
Yeah,
was the original Civic was out of Samuel goes. Very provisional pole position. It snatches the front left again. Stinson uses that curb just like he did in the hot lap video. It's all about trying to open up the corners as much as possible. As we go through the middle section now, we've got a little bit of traffic ahead of Rabbit. I was going to say, what are you doing? As we go into the final. What? Into the finals. Among you.
Stinson's just invalidated this lap again then. So on board, we'll go on board with Dan Murphy. Let's just talk about the season this guy's had. It's been pretty much phenomenal. Some of the latecomers, we've got your Stinson, the GFO boys, have given a bit of trouble in recent weeks. But at the start of the season, this guy was miles ahead of everyone. And that's why he's got such a big gap in the championship. XR be doing a job here to stop that claiming the Monday night championship.
Dan's been pretty steady all season. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Just racking up the points, doing a great job.
Sporting the Senna helmet this evening. So here he comes then.
Not a Kenner helmet.
Winds it right in the final corner through the Peltada. I don't even know if it's called the Peltada. It used to be, I think.
No, it is now.
It is now. I'll take that. So he heads down towards turn 1, slams on the anchors. Takes a lot of curb through 1 and 2 and 3, I hope. Keeps it in track limits, opens the RS flap then. Through the first sector, what time will he set?
28 flat purple.
Looking nice and tidy from so far. Carl got a little bit of a wiggle on there.
Yeah, I was going to say, shifted up early in second and third. Didn't quite take the same line as Stinson.
See here, slowly all down the back, slowly winding on the power. We really had some good coming through here in Q3. Dan showing us pretty decent way of going through that. 100% was pretty good for him. Third in the second sector, 55.7.
I will make a slight correction, there is no Q3.
Oh, there is no Q3, it is just the one session qualified. How did I forget? Whoops. Ben, if you can just try speaking to me, because Rainer is saying that apparently he can't hear you all that well.
It's all this messing around you've been doing on the settings today.
Oh, what can I say? I like to mess around and play with things. I didn't think about what I said.
Let's go find a car. Let's go find a car on track now.
Who would you like to go on board with?
Oh God, anyone. Brandon going through the middle sector on his mediums. Let's go and check this as our first medium runner. Car looks a bit of a handful.
Yeah, I was going to say, it
got a
like
bit of everything. Understeer, oversteer.
It looked like a GT car. It didn't really want to turn through there.
So we go into the, as I call it, magnificent stadium sector. Gets the car turned in.
The cars hate this as well. It always feels so lazy.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, and it's also easy to go understeer into the barriers as well. Final end plate. That puts
1:16.5 there for Brandon. Good time from him.
Not a shabby
Who else do we have on a lap? The Lizard is going again for a lap then.
Let's go find the Lizard.
DRS open.
Actually, stops the car, slows it down to about 60 the apex. Right again, just the curb. Doesn't ride the curb like Stinson.
Uses plenty of track though.
Runs the, I was going to say, runs the gear long into third and then shifted early into the fourth.
See flat through here?
Using plenty of the track.
Yeah, holding sixth into seventh on
yeah,
exit.
It was,
that looks
a little tentative lift. It was
he's on an outlap
lifting
as well.
off to about.
I've just realised that.
I'm sure that showed something different.
Yeah, I'm sure it did at some point, and he's using the RS.
No, this is time. This is a time lap.
It's not showing it on my screen, so I don't know what times he's doing, if he's purple or if he's not.
Just,
I can imagine we're about to go into the 1:14s though. There we go, a 1:14.5 for Lizard. What a time from him. Wow. Who else do we have on the track to go have a look at? We've got the original Civvy. I don't know if he's run out of fuel, if he had a moment.
It's normally John O'Cox that runs out of fuel.
Stinson coming through the final few corners of his lap. What can he do across the line? 1:14.7, so can't beat the Lizard at the minute. I'm going to go find myself Chris, who I believe is on a lap on the medium tyres.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that not more people are trying the mediums. I'm surprised everyone's just went straight soft.
Yeah, well, that puts Brandon in a pretty good position if he doesn't get in any instance or anything. I think Chris has backed out of his lap from what I can see. Is Energetics on a lap at the minute? Do we know?
I shall go and find our friend Energetics.
He's in engine mode 0, so...
Yeah.
We've got Jono on his lap. So we'll go on board with Jono. We've good friend of the stream.
Good evening to Mr. Jonathan Cox in the championship fight, but quite a distance away from it.
Well, I think everyone's quite away from the fight at the minute.
I thought mathematically still in the fight. Jono will be holding on to any little dream he can.
Is he mathematically still in it?
Yes, just. I think he needs to outscore Dan.
Jono's 90 points off. Ah, yeah, you are right, so... He needs to massively outscore Dan this evening by...
Yeah, he needs to do it by 15 points at least to stay in the
well, here he comes. Fight. Let's see what he can do.
On the red warm tyres, otherwise known as the softs.
Yeah.
Topping out about 212 miles an hour, goes a bit deep. Jono's laps always look a bit scruffy though.
Yeah, but yeah, he's invalidated that one.
Oh, well, yeah. But Jono's laps always look scruffy, but somehow manages to hook something up. Almost like a Felipe Massa.
So Exile at the minute, the man that realistically is the closest challenge to the championship leader, Dan Murphy, at the minute, is he's down the order.
I was going to say, he's that far down, you can find him. He's in P20. Right. And he boxes the cut as well. I imagine he's going to sell the soft.
Yeah. So
we've got Energetics on a medium. Just go sector now. That cheating.
Just got on board with him. There we go.
Going into the final sector now. How's this lap going to turn out for him? Plenty of the curve on the inside. In front, there's a makes.
So he's gone off track there. Ben, your mic keeps cutting out again, the same as it was yesterday. Oh, Jack's been disqualified from the session. Not something that I was expecting to see from anyone. We've got Apex, I believe, just starting his lap, so we'll go on board with him. looking nice and tidy so far for the Toro Rosso driver.
Let's see how he takes this middle sector.
Ooh, wide through that, compromises entry into here, he's had to lift out. Back on the throttle, cuts a little bit of the corner there, but still looking okay. Mercedes at the minute, by the way, both of them in the first 3 positions. Purple apparently for Apex and middle sector, but I find that hard to believe looking at the car. I could be wrong.
I was going to say, you'll eat your hat if he goes provisional pole.
I'll beat him.
This is the Apex there in the final corner.
Apex then across the line, a 1:16.1. I said was less this session as well then. I'm not sure what's happened. FTH, hard tyre.
No mediums.
Why is it showing? I believe I do have the wrong thing selected. Sorry, viewers, for my incompetence.
I was going to say, I'll just give a quick apology on behalf of the broadcasting team here for the incompetence.
We say team, you'd have to help out and do something, wouldn't you?
I do, I turn up, I give expert analysis.
Expert. It's certainly a way of looking at it.
A loose term of expert I'm using, but as Jono sneaks into P3, I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say, he snuck into P3 at 1:49.
That's a good time there from Jono.
He's going to have to bring that car back. I was going to say, he'd have to bring that car back quickly to do another run, but I can confirm he's on 0.1 of fuel.
Oh, Jono. I believe, where's Toon? What's he up to? He's still pushing even though he's disqualified the lap, so we'll stay on board with him. Toon is reserving this evening, obviously. Any of the reserves will not have one of the nice fancy graphics, as they are for the privileged race drivers only. Don't worry, Ben, you'll never be getting one of them.
I was going to say, like,
sorry,
it makes me feel like I'm missing out now. Yeah, I was
I'm sure I
thinking,
can
like,
speak to the production team and get something made up for them.
I'll take a selfie during the week.
No need to do that.
So what we got? We're in the final 2 minutes 40.
Who have we got?
Final 2 minutes 40 of qualifying.
Exile just starting his lap then, so we'll stay on board with Exile. Obviously, the main focus this evening, apart from the actual race, is the race for the championship. So Exile.
This is an important lap. Into turn 1, slows it down, gets in the apex nicely. I'd take it.
Yeah, that's because you don't know how to use a brake.
Could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been worse. Could have went a lot deeper. Could have done a Lewis Hamilton and went just straight over and missed the first 2 corners.
Looking alright for Exile so far in that first sector. A lot of the drivers leaving this late because a lot of them are still in the pits.
I was going to say, unless our counter is wrong, which it has been before.
It's 1:14 laps, so they can probably leave it late. They are starting to come out onto track though. So Exile through the second sector, looking okay.
It's a steady lap. Exile is such a consistent driver.
It looks calm and steady, you know, the car's not out of control when he's... Oh, I say that. Gets a little bit of oversteer, but controls it better than most would. Through the final few corners, he's shifting through the gearbox. Where does he go? Into P8, so behind his championship rival at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got a lot of respect for Exile. Always delivers.
I mean, he's always there.
Strong results. And he'll always do your job.
So Dan Murphy's, he is on another lap. He's got traffic though.
So we've got the Lizard out on an out lap. We've got Jono just retired, parking up for the day. Dan Murphy in a
yeah, Dan Murphy's disqualified his lap. I think the traffic has
hindered him somewhat.
Would have been irritating him. So Stinson, can he find the time to go quicker than the Lizard?
He'll be going over the line before the Lizard.
He's backing it all off in this last sector. So here we go then, on board with Stinson.
There's 2 and a bit tenths between them. Stinson lets it loose now, one final time in qualifying. I hate this run to turn 1.
You never you're always thinking obviously when you're on your final run, oh, I need to make some time on the run I made before, so you try and gain it all very quick. Lizard does a 1:14.3. Wow. I thought he was on an outlap.
I was going to say my screen showed no times and that he was on an outlap. So apologies for that, people.
Yeah, if I knew he was on a lap, I'd have gone on board because that would have been a fun one to see. Stinson locks the front left a little bit there. He's run out wide, hasn't invalidated. He's pushing hard to try find the time though to go match the Lizard. Civics has pulled off. The Mercedes driver not going any quicker at the minute. Through the fast flowing corners of Mexico we go.
How's he going to shape up in the middle sector?
Lizard just looks quicker through there from what I've seen. And it's not very often I say that anyone looks quicker than Stinson.
27th, Stinson matched the Lizard in the middle sector, 27.5s for both of them. I think Lizard is fractionally ahead.
Looked nice with his final part of the lap
though. That was sweet.
Oh, and Stinson so close to matching the time there. Doesn't manage to do it. Brabbitt on his lap.
Close.
Brabbitt moves into P7 then. Great lap there from Brabbitt. Who else have we got on a lap? FTH, he has disqualified his. Civics is on his way into the pits, and I don't think Lizard is going for another lap. He's not. Energetics is pointing backwards. Wow, so there it is. Your pole position man is the Lizard.
What a lap. Look how close it is between the top two. What a race we've got on our hands.
And even behind that, a lot of the drivers are very close.
And I'm going to say it, the works Mercedes versus the customer Mercedes.
What, you think that's what the time difference is?
Yeah, I was going to say, the Williams hasn't got all the toys. All the special modes.
I don't even know what the special modes are.
So what happened in that session then? Puppy in P15, and quite a few
surprising
lads
to me
at the back not
yeah, Seb at the back, obviously he got disconnected from the session early on.
So I will run through the times now for everyone. Lizard on pole position with a 1:14.3. Stinson near enough matching him for P2 on a 1:14.3. Jonathan Cox in P3 a 1:14.9. We've got Civics in P4. Dan Murphy P5. Brandon in P6. Brabbitt in P7. Original Civvy in P8. Exile P9. And Ryan in P10. We got Apex in P11. FTH in P12. Toon setting a time good enough for P13. Samuel P14. Puppy in P15. And Energetics on the mediums in 16th position. We got
I'm surprised
Seb,
by Chris because he
Tristan.
showed in Baku. He's got some really strong pace.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the guys at the back not setting lap times, but we have two cars starting on the medium. Well, two cars setting times on medium tyres. Whether they elect to stay on them in qualifying remains to be seen.
In qualifying?
Well, in the race, the same event.
So as we wait for the drivers to pick their strategies, the sky looks very dark.
I was going to say, it's very
meant to rain.
If anyone would like to pop a very quick message...
I know Jono's listening, he likes to give us a message occasionally. So,
yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking to you, Jonathan Cox, to drop me a message. Jono never disappoints. He will get this message to us.
It was a few weeks ago, he was Mr. Pirelli giving us those tyre deltas before they appeared on the stream.
Yeah.
As soon as I realise something's missing from the data that could be useful, it'll be added in. As that controller hits the deck. Whoops.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So Ben, race strategy, what are you thinking?
You're
in the pack.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you
ideally
anywhere
you want
between
a
8
one-stop.
and 12. What are you wanting to do?
Ooh, 8 and 12? I would...
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that one at you. What is it you want to do from there?
I think ideally you go one stop, convert to 2. There's not much of a time difference between it. What puts me off a 2-stop is the 2 DRS straights and overtaking. If you get past a car, they can just stick behind you in the DRS, and it makes it quite difficult, especially if there's a train that you're trying to get through as well, a DRS train.
A DRS train.
So, yeah, so I would I would try and at one stop. But it really depends on safety cars as well. As Seb has left the session,
so hopefully he can get back in before the start. So Lizard leads everyone away for the formation lap.
So yeah, short answer: one stop convert to two, but it really depends on safety cars. If you get a few safety cars, might be worth rolling the dice.
I've just been told glitch lobby GFO Seb, so hopefully we don't have a restart. If we do, though, me and Ben will hesitate to keep going to tank. Not sure how that will go down for the viewers. I'm sure you've got some
useful conversation. As Seb has rejoined, thankfully, to save you all from me talking about the history of F1. So this formation lap looks like a bit of a fun lap, but there's a lot to do on it. Keep the tyres warm, get the brakes up to temperature, get the engine modes ready. The launch off the line is a very long run down to turn 1 as well. Gonna have to keep it super clean into turn 1, 2 and 3. But it's so easy to arrive 3 or 4 abreast.
I'm looking forward to the start. Because you can get a hell of a
hoping for a lightning start. He's got Stinson right behind him. I can see Jono getting punchy on the brake. If you're Dan Murphy, what do you do? Play it safe? I think that's the only option. If you're Jono, I think you roll the dice and hope it lands on the number you want. So here we go. With moments away, we have a bit of a gap. Brandon's left a bit of a gap to Dan Murphy. Rabbit's left a little bit of a gap. But we are moments away from the start of this Mexican Grand Prix.
So we've not heard anything about the weather from the drivers, so we're going into this one a bit blind.
Yeah, Jono's disappointed. Jono has disappointed me. I'll put that live on stream.
As Jack pulls in at the back of the grid then, Lizard will lead the pack away.
Here we go.
But I know Jono's a punchy man on the brake pedal, so we'll see what happens with him as we await the lights to come on.
Strap yourselves in, people.
So the lights are coming on. We wait for the drivers to put their foots down. There we go. Pretty decent start from the Lizard, but Jonathan's got an awesome start there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jono launch.
Oh, Lizard's pulled across, so we're going 3 abreast into turn 1 by the look of things. Civic's behind, getting the slipstream as well. Looks like Lizard is just ahead. Jono on the outside. Jono's into P2
close.
then.
We've got a spinner. We've got a Alpha.
Got a safety car. We've got a safety car.
We've got a mess. We've got a mess at turn 1.
Whoa, what is going on
Dan
back here,
Murphy's
boys?
at the back. Dan Murphy's at the back. He's lost part of his front wing.
So the championship leader, the man who can win the title tonight, is at the back. Wow.
We've got a couple of cars losing front wings. We have Dan Murphy without a wing. We've got Energetic losing part of his wing as well.
I'm shocked to see Dan down there.
Yeah,
what's happened to him?
It turned into a bit of a mess at the start. 2 up to P7. Yeah, it all got a bit clumsy. I think everyone tried going 3 abreast. And it starts narrowing as you go into turns 2 and 3. And I think they all just start tripping over each other. I don't want to say it was inevitable, but...
I mean, excellent stuff from Jono. Toon up 6 places. What did
Toon
do?
I was going to say, huge shout out to Toon, keeping himself clean, getting through the mayhem of turn 1. So Dan Murphy's going to have to box on the verge of...
session again, then.
It's probably not a bad time to leave the session, to be
As
fair.
Energetics has just glitched on my screen.
Yeah, he's going into Chris, yeah. So what do you do now? I'm Dan Murphy, I'm on the softs, I'm bringing it in for a box, and you got to go mediums.
What is happening with Chris and Energetics? Energetics has gone through him on my screen.
Yeah, I've noticed it happen a couple of times with lag and that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 6 cars in the box. We've got Brandon opting for mediums. We've got Ryan opting for the mediums. We've got Tristan going for mediums.
Nah, our good friend
We've got
Tristan.
Jack going for mediums. We've got Exile on mediums. And we've got Dan Murphy on the medium tyres. So absolute carnage at turn 1. Everyone tripping over themselves. 6 cars having to come into the box. We've got the Lizard somehow maintaining his lead. He was under siege from John O'Cox.
Stinson are still trading places.
Yeah, I've chose to ignore that one for the time being.
Going through each other, it's a very interesting thing to watch.
So, let's talk about the start. Lizard getting off the line, immediately going right. Jono got a lightning start behind.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone really picked up on a slipstream out the top 3.
No,
Jono,
Lizard pulled across as soon as he realised how quick Jono had got off the line, and Stinson was sandwiched in a little bit, so didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah, and then Jono was duking it out around the outside with Lizard. Didn't manage to get the move, but he managed to get it done on Stinson. So he will be pleased with that. It is still looking overcast, out on track. But we are going into this fairly blind on the weather.
So who have we got coming into the pits? We've got Apex and Samuel both coming into the pits as well.
Let's see what's happened. Unsure if they took new front wings on, but Dan Murphy finds himself in P17, losing 12 positions. We've got Chris up 10 positions, Puppy up 7 positions.
I think we'll get going this lap because the other two will catch up pretty quickly to the pack.
So a very early safety car.
Lizard's racing helmet looks pretty cool.
Let's have a good... I was going to say, I'm hoping to get a good look of his helmet. What a beautiful looking helmet that is.
I'd like to have a look through. Energetics and Chris are still lagging through each other, so...
So we will get underway this lap, I hope. Well, we will. I'm going with it. I'm sticking with it.
I'd like to think we should. Wait for the message. Yeah. There it is. Safety car in this lap then. So
I'm
Lizard
pinning
will
my hopes.
lead the people around the track.
I'm pinning my hopes on Toon.
So Energetics has just got a penalty. For a penalty
I'm
with
hoping
Ryan.
Toon
He's down
will
in
be
P13.
robust on his defence down in P6. We've seen Toon getting a punchy a couple of times defending people. He's going to have his work cut out this afternoon.
So then, Lizard coming round the final few corners. When will he...
loses the rear slightly as he puts the power down.
Jono's
so
gone with him.
Have Jono all over him.
They've got away from Stinson
a little gap from Stinson.
So Jono's down this straight.
I think Jono's going to get the move done into turn 1. Lizard pulls over like he did at the start. Jono's got the slipstream. He's in mode 4. He's giving it everything. That Renault engine working overtime. Around the outside, is he going to do it? He's going to have the inside line to turn 2.
Great stuff there from Jono.
Yeah, great move.
Lizard, though, got out of that corner a lot better than Jono. He's all over the back of him now with the slipstream.
Just running through the order. Everything looks good.
Up the inside
Lizard's
goes
on
Lizard.
The attack. Up the inside of Jono. Jono's going to turn in. Gives him just enough room.
Great stuff
Jono parking his car well. Stinson's looking interested on this as well.
So Jono's going to try break free from the pack a little bit if he can.
We've got Energetic running off the track, running well wide. He's going to fall down to the back.
So Jono's already pulling the gap at the front, and I'll be honest, I'm surprised to see it.
Here we go. Jono's going to be thinking, have I got enough of a gap to defend into turn 1? Because the slipstream is powerful and he needs to create a 1 second gap before the DRS is activated.
So Jonathan sets the fastest lap there of 118.7. Looks like he's got this one down the straight, I'll be honest. Slipstream's powerful.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not that
Stinson's
powerful.
looking interested though. He's turned his engine down as well. I think if there's one area where Jono might be susceptible, it's the fact the two behind him are extremely good on their ERS.
Yeah, they are better in that department. Looking after the battery pack. Because I think Jono's got the memo because he's turned it into 0.
Toon gets
We got 2 and 3 second penalty. He's right over the back of Civics though. He's not doing too bad, I'll give it to him. 2 down in P6, still can see the leaders. He's only 3.6 off the lead.
Chris,
we got Lizard all over the
Just going to go on board with Chris, sorry. He started pretty much all the way down at the back of this grid.
Yeah, made up a few places at the start with everyone tripping over each other. Jono's under siege.
Let's go back on board with the lead battle then as they start coming around these final few corners. Jono runs wide there. He's just trying to gain some time, I think, bless him.
Had a fairly decent
Stinson
exit.
is all over the back of Lizard.
Yeah, Lizard's going to be looking behind rather than front.
They're both catching Jono though.
But they're gonna follow Jono. Jono's in mode 5, now he's turned it down to mode 1. Jono's running out of battery though. Jono's only got 29% battery compared to the guys behind that have got 70.
Lizard then with DRS.
Jono could find himself in trouble.
He's not on.
Against 3 second penalty. Jono jinks left and then goes back right for the braking zone.
So the Max Verstappen technique, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I was going to say it's yeah, borderline. Toon's still holding his own in P6. Got Dan Murphy slowly going up the order. We got Lizard, who has understeered in the middle sector,
Importantly
losing
for Dan,
a little bit.
Well, unimportantly for Dan, sorry. Right now, Jono's extending this battle.
Yeah.
Jonathan then coming back on form. He's doing good at the minute, but we've got this main straight now with the DRS, and we have pretty much stayed on board with this battle. But Jono gets a really good exit, but look at Stinson.
Yeah, Stinson's going. So they've both got the slipstream of Jono. If it doesn't happen to turn 1, it is going to happen into turn 4. Because they're coming like a train at him.
Here comes Stinson late on the brakes.
Stinson, whoa!
Great racing between them.
So Stinson opens the corner of Jono, 3 second penalty. Stinson gets a far better exit out of turn 3 because he opened it up better.
And he's getting a slipstream off Jono. Oh.
This is close. This is hard but fair racing. Locks up his front left again.
Going wheel to wheel. Great
She's let it outright. This is fantastic racing. 2 and 3 second penalty. Lezard's had to concede the position and Stinson's going to chase after Jono. Jono, importantly, did have a 1 second gap. It has just dropped down to 8 tenths now.
Great racing between those two, though. Fantastic stuff. Chris is closing into the back of Toon as well. But unfortunately for the rest of the guys at the front are giving us a hell of a battle at the minute.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully we'll get to the guys behind him.
Chris gets a 3 second penalty.
So Stinson is behind Jono again. Jono has 50%
Lizard
battery,
doesn't get
so
a
he's
very
done a great
good
job.
exit through there.
Yeah, I think he gets a bit of wheel spin. Stinson's opened the flap now. He's gone into overtake mode. Jono's in a little bit of bother because Stinson's going 212 miles an hour versus Jono's 190.
Round the outside goes Stinson. Jono comes back at him though. Lizard's come back onto the back of this battle as well.
Stinson thought better of it. He's going to go round the outside. It looks of turn 4 round Jono.
Locks the inside
Jono goes
left
deep.
though.
Jono went horribly deep.
Lizard's back through.
I don't know where to look.
They're going wheel to wheel around these corners again. Lizard gives Stinson a bit of a shove off the track, but Rubbing is racing.
So Jono went deep into turn 4, I think scared Stinson off the road a bit, which allows the door to be open for Lizard.
Can we just say that Toon isn't even that far off the lead on lap 8?
I keep looking at it. He gets himself 3 second penalty for taking a rather large liberty. But he's only 4.7 off the lead, which is fantastic. Jono goes deep into the stadium sector now.
He's being pushed through by Lizard at the
15, 16. Lizard into turn 17, 3 attempts behind Jono, but Jono gets
better. Lizard gets a bit of a tank slap right the corner, but I think it will pass him.
I think he just loses a bit of wheel spin. Jono's under attack again, and I don't see him holding the position for much longer.
Stinson's coming as well. It's not close enough though.
Jono's so good. He's late on the brakes. Goes round the outside. But I think Lezard's going to do it. Lezard gets a load of wheel spin on the exit.
I was going to say, Jono got a good exit, but Jono's the one here that doesn't have the DRS.
And that's Lezard through for P1. Stinson thinks about it and thinks better of it to go up the inside of Jono. Lezard defending, I think, a bit of fresh air. Stinson up the inside just nudges the side pod of Jono.
Stay on board with Stinson then for the view of these guys, because he's got the best view in the house right now.
Box. Don't know what happened there with Toon. I know we're on a bit of Toon watch at the minute, but he has box.
Dan Murphy's up behind.
For some reason, whether those mediums have gone, it'd be interesting to know if those mediums have degged. I imagine you can get about 12 laps out of them. So Lezard built himself an 8/10 gap. Jono's defending again from Stinson with the help of DRS now for Jono.
Stinson late on the brakes.
Yeah, Stinson's a couple of metres later on the brakes. Jono positioning his car well. Stinson
Jono gets
climbing all over the curbs.
Yeah, Jono did not get a good exit.
Stinson thinks I'll go up the inside this time because Jono is fairly good at defending. Gets the move done. Jono slows the car down, hoping to get the switch back, but it's not going to happen. That's Jono down to P3.
Dan Murphy all over the back of Exile. We're going to go on board with that then, because that is the championship battle at the minute. Jono is keeping it alive though.
I was going to say Jono is doing what he can at the moment. Yeah.
So on board with Dan Murphy then, as he's coming through the middle sector, following his championship rival Exile at the minute. Stinson back in DRS range of Lizard then.
We got
gets another
young Stinson in the box. Stinson in the box.
And they both come in. Sorry, Jono's in as well. Chris from the back of the grid, up into P2. I know we've had some pit stops, but great stuff from him. So here comes Dan Murphy down the straight, trying to close in on Exile. So here goes Dan Murphy up the inside of Exile for P6, and he's through. Great stuff there from Dan Murphy. Stinson with Samuel round the outside. Samuel gives him a nudge. So Jono's through as well on that one. So obviously Jonathan is in the battle for the championship, albeit an inevitable one that at some point that Dan Murphy will win. So Lizard's come into the pits and he's gone for the hard tyres. Stinson and Jono have both gone for the soft.
That looks like a two-stop to me.
Stinson's pulling a pin.
Lezard's gone hard.
Yeah, I've made that point.
Apologies.
He's out the pits. Where's he going to feed out?
Lezard goes straight over to defend Jono, but Jono's at far greater speed.
Toon's retired.
Toon has required in the pit lane, I believe. Yeah, that's in the pit lane.
Whose car ain't moving?
Jono's in the pit lane.
It is now.
No, not Jono, Toon in the pit lane.
It wasn't moving at the time, so I don't know what's happened to Toon.
He's called it a day. He parked the Italian car up.
So back on board with the three guys that have given us some absolutely fantastic racing. We've actually got Brabbit and Civics that are wheel to wheel. Brabbit trying to go around the outside, no way through there for you, my friend. Civics on his newer mediums gets through. So Ben, I believe you've been doing some quick maths for us.
Oh Lord, yeah, I've been trying to watch the race, do some maths. So everyone who is interested, Exxon needs to outscore Dan to keep the title alive by any margin. And Jono, if he gets, talking to Jono, if Jono gets P1, then Dan Murphy needs to go P7 to secure the title. Jono gets P2, then it's P8. At a minimum, P3 would be enough, but Dan Murphy at that point then
Jono another 3
needs to be outside the points. Jono's collecting penalties like penny sweep at the moment. I think that's his second or third.
Oh, Jono goes deep there in that braking zone. Jonathan.
Yeah, I've seen him go deep there before when he was defending from Stinson.
This is a one-stop race. So obviously Lizard's in the box seat for that. But
Jono's two-stopping, and so is Stinson.
So they'll both go mediums, you think, yeah?
Yeah. They'll take it to about lap 20...
Civic's all over the back
24.
of Apex. Sorry to interrupt there, Ben. So he's all
pleasure.
over the back of him. Brabbitt's trying to come through as well. Gets given a impolite shove of sorts. Chris boxes for his hards.
So the question is, at the minute, can Lizard keep this alive as he's battling energetic?
So just on board with Apex and Civics, who are coming down the main straight. They've got Samuel ahead, who's given Apex DRS into the braking zone. Who's coming out ahead of it? Civics backs out there.
But I think Apex went a little bit deep as well to try and let Civics go through. Trying to open the door, probably opened it a little bit too much. Civics backed off.
Right behind him.
As Civics goes deep there.
Yes,
into
that's
turn
Civic
4.
through. Brabbitt's come through as well.
I was going to say, that's Brabbitt going through. Thank you very much for that one, sir. I will take P13 from you.
On board with Dan Murphy at the minute, who is 4/10 behind P3, which is Ryan. See, I'm intrigued to see when we see Dan in the pit lane.
Yeah, I was going to say, he boxed at the end of lap 1, took on a new front wing, so this will be telling information for the strategy. As I said, I expect to see John Stinson coming around lap 23.
Ryan, is he just pulled out of the way, or is he giving... no.
I think he's defending that.
What are the pit stops like behind? So FTH hasn't stopped yet, he's up to P2.
Yeah.
Dan ran the outside, can he get it done? Yeah, he's through.
Oh, as he takes a bit of a hit from Ryan as well. Fortunately,
Exile's right behind. Exile coming through as well.
Yeah, Exile's going through.
Stinson's at the back of this with Jono though, so
yeah, this is going to cost him a little bit of time to Lizard. The gap between Stinson and Lizard is 2.2 seconds, and they're in a train of traffic. This is what I mean about coming. If you're doing the two-stop, you're going to have to fight through traffic.
Up the inside there as well.
What a great move by Jono.
Yeah,
pressure situation.
Card dart. Stinson all over the back of Exile.
Stinson, what a great drive. It's a great drive out the corners. Such traction on these soft tyres. But this would be my fear on a two-stop strategy, is getting caught in a train like this. Jono's got decent slipstream at the minute. Thinks better of it, the Banzai, but he tries to sneak up the inside of Exile.
This is a Jonathan Cox we love. The man's back on form, battling for wins. Great stuff from Jonathan. Will we see a Banzai into here?
Yeah, he goes right on the inside. Stinson goes up the inside of Dan Murphy as well. They've just got such better grip on these newer soft tyres.
Jono's looking at going all the way around the outside. If Dan doesn't get that done,
no, he's going to have to stick behind him now through this middle sector. and all the time Lezard is closing up on him.
Jono, front end does not look happy through these corners.
No, I was going to say in the dirty air, which is just washing out. But Jono is all behind Dan Murphy. He needs to floor him by 15 points.
Stinson 3-second penalty as well then. Jonathan
Back on the
stamps
power
on the
now.
loud pedal.
Dan gets a decent bit of traction out of the corner, but I don't think it'll be enough. As the
Yeah, you've
DRS
just seen the
opens and
DRS
passes
open
done.
in the instant top line speed there of Jonathan's car.
Yeah, Dan has it. So the engine turned down in mode 0. So not much of a battle there, but that was a move. Get done.
And now Jono will try close the gap on Stinson once more. He's got DRS down this straight as well to help him.
Yeah, these two have got to set off quickly as they can. So they've got another box to make and then chase.
Well, they need to catch FTH as well. He's not stopped. Neither's Brandon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm keeping on top of that. I'm showing that Brandon has stopped. Line.
Who has
FTH
Brandon?
and Energetic. FTH and Energetic are yet to stop. Brandon has on show.
And how is he back in the race lead? Or in the race lead if he's already stopped? Great stuff there from Brandon then.
He
Snuck
stopped on
under the
lap
radar.
1. I was going to say, stopped on lap 1, took on some medium tyres, new at the time. Managed to keep him going 17 laps.
Jono is driving the wheels off of that car. So Dan Murphy's still not in the pits. We've got Brabbitt and Civic still battling with each other. Brabbitt goes through into the stadium sector. Civic's off the road again.
The issue
He's got
that
front wing damage.
Stinson-
Civics has front wing damage then.
The issue that Stinson and Jono are going to have, that they need to go and put on a set of the mediums, but they need to give themselves sufficient and chase that.
So Civic's
Who is on the hard
into the pits. So
Jack
where have we got
getting
a
3
battle at
seconds
the
on
minute?
it.
Lizard closing in. In fact, Exile closing in on Brabbitt. So as Exile goes down the inside, great stuff there from Exile. Can Brabbitt come back at him? I don't think so, because Exile's on soft tyres that are going very nicely indeed.
Civics in the box, taking on his new front wing.
Just say Exile just set the fastest first sector.
FDH doing well. Medium tyres.
Talking of fast drivers, Lizard is nicely closing up the gap at the minute to Dan Murphy, and I think he'll get the move done now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's Dan's been saving that battery. It's up to 68% now. But I can't see him fighting this one too hard.
Yeah,
He hasn't even turned the engine up, so this is going to be done.
I think he knows his
Pretty
race today
easily.
is not with these guys. Stinson also
Stinson-
closing up on...
I was going to say, all over the back. Stinson and Jono, as soon as they get any hint of degradation in those tyres, they're going to have to come in and put the mediums on and maximise the pace. But fairly comfortably, if they're going for mediums now, bring them home.
Sam gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Thing is, wherever they pit at the minute, there's not a lot of nice track.
Jack gets a 10-second penalty. I think he was running that wide off to let the front runners go
Yeah,
through.
it seemed a little bit harsh.
Yeah, he's maximising every corner. He's going straight into a barrier though and loses the front left wheel. And that's the end of Jack's race.
Is that going to be a safety car? Because if it is, if I'm Stinson and Jono, if I'm Dan Murphy, I'm happy with a safety car roundabout
No,
now.
I'm not.
We've got a safety car.
Safety car.
Wow.
Right.
That turns the
So
race in its
that
head,
is-
Ben. Your little strategic
If I'm
brain must be
Lizard-
doing a dance.
Right,
If I'm Lizard,
I'm
I'm
coming
screaming.
In. I'm coming in. I'm coming in for mediums. If I'm Jono and Stinson, I'm coming in for mediums.
I can tell you right now, Stinson in the pits. I'll tell you who this does help
Lizards
though,
are
Brandon and
riding on the map.
FTH. I think we're going to have pretty much everyone coming into the pits.
So I think you're going to find Brandon coming out in P1.
I think
Unless-
so where is the man? Brandon
He's just coming out.
P1.
He's coming out on softs. They are
That's a
not going to the
brave move.
end. FTH coming out on softs. They're not going to the end.
Do the drivers know something we don't? The rest of them, medium.
I was going to say, it is a huge gamble to go on.
I think it would be safe to say at this point, without insulting FTH or Brandon, but your net leader at the minute is Stinson.
I was going to say, unless Brandon and FTH know something, I can't see Slot doing, let's be generous, safety car comes in lap 23, you got to take those tyres 13 laps. I'm not hopeful they're doing 13 laps and get you there quicker than mediums. If I'm Lezard, I'm fuming.
Dash out of the corners. Yeah, if I'm Lezard, I'm not happy.
Fuming. I'd be asking serious questions of Jack as to why he was cut in the middle sector and then lost the grip and went straight into a barrier. Seemed a bit unnecessary.
Sure, the stewards can have a look at that later on.
Because that could have potentially cost him the race win. This, though, massively helps Dan, as he currently sits in
He's winning that championship at the minute. Exile down to 11.
I was going to say the championship is his when he brings it home.
He'd come into the pits before the safety car.
Yeah.
It's really not helped him. Things are looking good for Dan again, unless Jono can steal a victory. Obviously, Jono does have the penalties to.
Yeah, he's got quite a few penalties, as our friend Jonathan Cott. The weather has brightened up though. It was very overcast at the start of the race.
That won't be helping these tyres.
Just doing a quick check, I reckon Jono's got 6 second of penalties and probably a warning or two away from another one. Stinson's got a 3 second penalty. Let's have a quick look at FTH on those soft. Yet to get a penalty. Hamden has got a penalty, got 2 penalties. And let's just check Lezard down in P5. No penalties. And Dan Murphy also keeping it clean. No penalties.
I'm not surprised from that. Dan is usually pretty clean. We've got 2 cars coming down the back straight. I believe one of them is our good friend Tristan.
No, I was going to say this massively helps the boys that were right down at the back. I was going to say, boys down at the back, Puppy, get themselves a new set of tyres. Just going to take a good look at Tristan. He's on the hard tyres. Yeah, yes.
Did you have a comment say to that, or just pointing out what's wrong?
No, I'd just say, no, I'm saying I'd go mediums. That's what I said. I'd bring the car in at the end of this lap.
What tyres has he already been on?
He's been on everything. He's given them all a go. So he should have a new set, depending on what he picks in qualifying, obviously. If he went balanced, I'd be taking a set of mediums at the end of this, because those hards are going to be a little bit... Mediums should comfortably take you to the end.
Safety car in this lap then, so we're going to jump back on board with
I was going to say, that's Tristan not going in this lap. So these two at the front need to make themselves a serious gap from the boys behind. Because this is going to get tight, as you experienced in Canada on Friday night.
So Brandon waits for the safety car to peel in before he stamps on the loud pedal. He's waiting. There he goes. And Stinson is already alongside FTH. Jono as well is there. They're all here. Dan Murphy a while back from this.
I was going to say, Dan Murphy's dropped 1.6 already. And we've got 5 cars lining themselves up for turn 1, 2.
FTH goes round the outside. Stinson's through as well up the inside there. Jono sneaks through as well.
I think Brandon's just let 3 cars go through. I really don't know what to add.
Energetics.
He's just
down
the
order. What's happened to Energetics? Because he's right down.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've got an instant with Energetics.
Yeah, he's
parked on track.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's all about. We're bored with FTH though, who's currently leading. Great job by him.
Yeah, what a great restart as well. Jonathan with an opportunistic move as well to get himself into P3.
So the Alfa Romeo at the minute, leading from Stinson, from Jonathan, from Lizard.
Leclerc's joined a little bit too late.
Yeah, a day late and $1 short.
Jono goes horribly deep in the final corners. Made a right mess out of it. I think he's going to have Lizard right up the diffuser very shortly.
Well, pressed the wrong button. Where is Lizard? On board with him. Obviously no DRS is enabled at the minute.
We've got Dan Murphy closing that gap as well.
Yeah, Brandon just seems to have lost all his pace.
I was going to say.
Has he got
So
damage?
we've got
No.
Chris, who's just done a move on Ryan as well. Shout out. Got yellows.
It's for
don't
the
think
car
anything
lost
significant's happening. Yeah.
Energetics.
So a
Civi's
couple of
gone
boys
through
picking
on
up.
Ryan.
Couple
Puppy and
of boys
Tristan
picking up
going to
3
war as
second
well.
penalties.
Puppy's car did not want to turn through these corners. Can't imagine it's easy using a D-pad to turn the car at this point.
Yeah, it's a classic one.
Energetics into the
It's
pits
the old
then.
one. Jono, another 3 second penalty.
I don't know if Jono wants to finish in the points in this race at the minute. He's got a lot of penalties in that car.
9 seconds of penalties now.
FTH is second clear at the front though. Stinson has just decided no he's not. We'll make it 7 tenths. DRS enabled, they won't get it down the main straight, but they'll get it down the second straight. On board with Brandon at the minute, who's 2 tenths away
Brandon
from
is
Lizard.
on the back. Is he going to be brave? He had a miserable restart for whatever reason.
So what does Brandon do? He backs out. He just lifts out the throttle there. Doesn't want to get involved in an incident. Smart racing there from Brandon, because these guys ahead of him have been mightily quick.
Got yellow just checking it out. We've got it's energetic slowing.
Yeah, he's been lapped by everyone, so I think he's just going to go for the fastest lap attempt.
Fair play to him. So Jono just falling out of the 1 second gap behind Stinson. He needs to get that below a second, or else he's going to have a couple of
Poppy
cars
picks
screaming
the
past
3
him.
second time penalty. Brandon's starting to lose touch. We've gone board with Lizard, who's closing on Jono, who
Yeah,
Jono runs wide
Jono's
again
no,
through there.
Yeah, Jono's got no front end on that Renault. He's probably thinking I'll chuck this car into the box and come out of it with a different front end, because this is miserable.
It looks that way at the moment. Lizard chucking the car through those final few corners, but Jono gets a decent exit.
Yeah, Lizard
Brandon's back on him again, so Brandon now has DRS.
So Jono's got it in mode 4.
Yeah, I think he needs it, because Lizard's on his way.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Jono tries to go late on the brakes. Jono is so good at defending around that first corner.
He just knows the grip. He knows there's grip around the outside of it. I don't know.
So grip on the outside here, Jono?
I think Leslie's got to be a little bit rude and just go a little bit deeper into turn 4 to stop that.
Yeah, Jono's just shown exactly that. Just left his car in a position where you're not coming through. Brandon, though, trying to get the move done.
I was going to say Lezard on the inside of Brandon. Brandon
move
thinks
there.
better of it. I do think Lezard needs to be a little bit more. He's been a bit of a gent at the minute to Jono.
I think you show the.
I think you got to.
Jono runs so wide through these corners.
Yeah, Jono's 3 seconds off Stinson as well.
So you're going to come under attack again, down the straight.
Lezard needs his elbows out. Muscle his way through. He'll be hoping for a much better exit now. Peril harder onto the main straight. Get the engine
Brandon right
fully
behind
lit.
Lizard as well, but here comes Lizard into turn 1. I think Lizard just needs to be
Jono
rude.
goes to cover the inside. I don't know what use that's going to be compared to the Mercedes. Jono just goes very deep on the brakes again.
Jono just puts people off by doing that.
It's almost like it goes way
retired.
too deep.
So what's happened to him?
So Jono just goes so deep in the corner that it puts off the other driver, and he'll do it again here. Yeah, it goes really deep again. Runs Lezard off the road. I think Lezard's got running out of road here, which he does. But and then I'd run him off the road here as well.
Where is Jono? Jono has dropped back now. Brandon over the back of Jono.
I was going to say Jono's
What
defense
surprised me at this point, sorry, just to mention it, Stinson's not really closing that gap to FT8, so FT8's showing again, his strategy is always on point in these races. Won in Spain
He's still
2
got
weeks
another
ago.
10 laps.
Yeah, I know, but he's doing a good job at the minute.
Jono's main defence is to break 10 metres late and
Mate, it's working.
put the other guy off. It is working. It's yeah, a brutal method of defence.
Something you do, I'm sure. Stinson, though, coming down the main straight to go for the race lead.
Thinks better of it.
His neck. Look at the turn, and Stinson gets in this car, though.
Samuel, another 3-second penalty. And keeping
Stinson
it nice and tight right behind John.
Sorry, just on board with Stinson as he's coming down the straight. Can he get the move on FTH? No, he can't. FTH is a very slippery little car, is what I'm learning.
Jono half thinks of going up the inside of Lezard, but decides he's too far away.
I don't know if that's him thinking of. He just likes to brake late.
We've got Dan Murphy on the back of this battle now. As he currently sits, he will be crowned champion.
I wouldn't rule anything out at the minute. It's been a very interesting race. Dan takes some really nice lines though through these corners. Loses touch a little bit with the guys ahead.
Jono's got wing mirrors full of a Red Bull.
Let's hop back on board with Stinson out the final corner. FTH has got. He's gone.
I was going to say that gap looks pretty big. I'd be hopping on board with Brandon in P5.
With that.
Jono has got the rear wing open to help him defend. He is in mode forward. So Brandon's going to have to go deep on the brakes, but Jono likes to play nice and deep like that as well.
10 metres late. He gets the car stopped though.
It's very hard to pass Mr.
Stinson going up the inside for the race lead. FTH is back though. Round the outside for Stinson. Can he get the move done? He's keeping it around the outside again.
I was going to say, he's keeping his car there. FTH is being very good to him and letting him have some racing through.
Some great respect between the two drivers there. So we've got two battles at the minute. One for
another.
No,
yeah, Lezard 3-second penalty.
3-second penalty. FTH just gets a penalty as well. So we've got penalties popping up everywhere at the minute.
Yeah, Jono gets
Tristan.
Another. Oh, Tristan.
Yellow flag. We've got another safety car.
Safety car.
What are you two?
Who canned it?
Ryan Clone.
Go soft.
Stinson stays out.
FTH is going in for soft, so I
Lizard stays out.
We're going to make it.
Lezard
3-second drive through. Lezard drive through. Lezard drive through penalty.
Jono boxed.
Speeding under the safety car.
Brandon boxes. Chris stays out. Dan Murphy stays out. Civi pits. Exile comes into the pits. Brabbit stays out. Civic stays out. Samuel, what are you doing? Samuel's coming into the pit lane. Apex coming into the pit lane. Tristan coming through a stadium section a few 100 metres behind.
So, Lezard gets himself a drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car. Jono's got himself 12 seconds worth of penalties for extending track limits.
Jono.
This is all falling into the lap of Dan Murphy. Exile coming out of pits in P11, new soft tyres.
So whilst we've got a minute, Ben, let's talk about Dan Murphy. This is exactly the reason this guy's winning championships, and throughout most of the leagues, he's there or thereabouts.
I want to have, at the end of lap 1, there he is, at the back, in the box, needing a new front wing. Just spin forward, fast forward, 28 laps, and here he is, sat in P4, you know, in contention for a podium easily, you know, possibly the win. You know, and this is what gets you the championships. What a great season, you know. Just takes it a race at a time. Does the job, gets solid points.
Sorry, I'm just having a look at something at the minute. Go on board with Apex.
Let's find Apex. I'll skip up.
Is it raining?
No. I'll answer that. I'm in the wrong continent and I'll answer that question. Back to Dan Murphy. We are 6 laps away from a possible, touch wood, possible coronation of a champion, and what a great season it's been. And this race sums up perfectly what he's done to get himself in such a commanding position.
He's just always there or thereabouts, you know. You don't see him make many mistakes either.
No, not at all. Interesting that FTH and Brandon, the guys that were on soft tyres, both elected to come in and take off from time.
They're going to be quick towards the end.
Yeah, I imagine they had pretty high day, so if the safety car, they'd have had some issues. Apex now corrects his tyres, I hope. Yes, he does. He is on the soft. Plum last.
Also, just to highlight, whilst I remember, Chris, who has had a fantastic race.
Yeah, started off at the back. I don't think he set a time in. And finds himself in P3, keeping it clean. 2-stop strategy.
The pumpkin helmet
so
and the
far.
pumpkin papaya. Absolutely great job from him. So, yeah. What a race. Let's have a look at the position gains quickly whilst we've got a few seconds. So he's up 16 positions from where he started the race. Absolutely great stuff. Stinson obviously up to 1 position. FTH also up 5 positions. A lot of losers in this race, going down 5 positions, 3 positions.
So, Jono and FTH are going to be very punchy on their new side. These are the boys to watch out for. In the final couple of laps, safety car is going to stay out.
No,
it's been this lap, very late call. Apex just caught up. So Stinson slows it all up. This is good news for FTH and Jono.
Blizzard wants to get his drive-through penalty over and done with.
I was going to say.
He stayed out.
As they get racing again, Stinson gets himself a nice little gap buffer. We've got FTH falling down the pack. FTH is in the wall, in the pit lane. He probably
just
lost
on board with Chris.
Is
he going up the inside of Lizard? Slams on the anchors through turn 1. Lizard slams the anchors back at him through turn 2. I love this set of corners. The two McLarens, P3, P4. This FTH, from what a great job he was doing, is unfortunately retired from the race in the pit lane.
Yeah, I think he had cold tyres, probably floored it and spun the car. Bit of a clumsy accident, but entirely possible. Jono all over the back now on his new soft tyres. Shame about the amount of penalties he's got. Yeah. Can't see him finishing on the podium.
Stinson's lead at the minute, 1.4 seconds from Lizard then. Chris 5/10 behind Lizard. Lizard does have that drive-through penalty. So at the minute we've got Chris and Brabbit on the podium.
Jono's all over the back of Dam.
Yeah. Thinks about going around the outside, gives the side pod a little tap there to Dam. Slightly rude, Jonathan.
Jono is so late on the brakes.
He's trying to straighten up every single bit of track he can as well. And look at the exit he's got.
Yeah, he's got so much grip. He's battling down up the straight, but I don't think it's going to be much of a battle.
No, I think Jono's going to slam the anchors on.
Yeah, and I don't think he needs to battle too hard.
Dan sticks with it though. But Jono
just
got
has
so much
way more grip.
Even though it gets a tardy exit.
I was going to say that was very tardy. Almost horrible.
If I was Dan, I'd be treating that runner like the back end of a donkey.
I was going to say
wheel-to-wheel kiss there.
I was going to say any slight bit of contact, and that could be game over for Dan. So just play it safe as he stands up. He is going to be the champion.
Jono gets another penalty. Is Jono even going to be in the points?
No, not this way.
Brandon all over the back as well of Dan Murphy.
Lizard needs to come and do his drive-through. Expected this lap. That's going to put him at the back. So
Brandon
he's going through the pit lane now. Lizard just has to slow down. So Stinson finds himself with a 2.5 second gap from Chris. 2 McLarens and P2 and 3.
Jono's already at the back of Rabbit. Here comes Brandon though, up the inside of Dan Murphy on the straight.
Jono's so late on the brakes into turn 1. How he gets that?
Did he get through? Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. How he gets
Brandon got through as well on Dan Murphy. Then Civvy's behind him. So what's interesting here is Exile went into the pits and went for a set of soft compound tyres.
Wow.
And is starting to close in on Dan Murphy again.
Yeah, all he needs to do is just outscore him. So this is the battle. Just have a double check, both of them. So Dan Murphy, remember this. No penalties thus far. Exile, 1 penalty. So this is tight. But remember the classic race we had last night? That was tight. Regan winning
These
by
cars
200ths of a
Rabbit's
second.
bit of a cork in this bottle.
Yeah.
Jono sets
Exxon
the
needs to get
fastest
the
lap
move
of the
done.
race. Jono got DRS as
Exxon.
well, he does. But we'll stay on board with... Sorry, just on board with Brandon. He's trying to get past Rabbit, gets through.
Exile's going to go past Dan Murphy. Going around the outside.
Exile's got deep on the brakes.
Lezer's retired
in the pit lane.
Yeah, that's in the pit lane. So
Jono's P2.
it's not going to finish that way, but
yeah.
on track at least.
Exile back through. Dan Murphy though battling with him.
All Dan's got to do is keep within 3 seconds.
I wonder if Dan
him.
knows that he's got a penalty.
I'm just going to go and double check. No penalty for Dan.
No, I'm saying I'm wondering if Dan knows that Exile has a penalty.
Oh, okay.
Surely his engineer would be feeding that information, just saying, look, calm down a little bit.
I was going to say, Exile's got
all you need to do is stay here.
Dan is 5 and a bit miles away from potentially sealing the championship.
Brandon sets the fastest lap of the race. Rabbit under pressure again then. Here comes Civi, straight past him. Exile just behind. Dan lost a lot of time through those final few corners there. And he's got Civics to deal with.
Yeah, he's going to have a battle with Civics very shortly. Gap between Dan Murphy
Civics
and
just nearly drives through there.
He's got so much more grip, so much more traction.
Oh no!
Dan Murphy, no!
So Dan Murphy is retired from the session! Wow!
Ow. The championship is not getting sorted today. What a shock.
I think something might be getting spoken about in the steward's room.
I was going to say, if I'm a steward, I'm getting up there and getting ready to sort the incident out.
Yeah.
Because there will be a very unhappy house driver. Jono will be ruining it, thinking if I hadn't so many penalties, I'd be back in it. Samuel disqualified from the session. The stewards having enough of the extending the track limits. So Exile just needs to keep it on the road. And this battle will be going on to next week. I think what happened, Civics just had so much more traction.
Yeah, but even
just
still, you can't
rear.
Well, you experienced it in a race the other day.
I was going to say, what happened is...
give someone a tap.
Just as Dan's on the limit of traction, putting his foot down, just a little nudge up the rear is enough to rotate the car round. As you said, I've got good experience, happened to me twice in one race. And it's just as you're on the edge of grip on the rear tyres, any slight bit of movement and that car's turning round. Unfortunately, Dan goes straight to the scene of the accident. Loses a front left. So I imagine he will be fuming right now. Some people would say he has every right to be fuming. So Stinson coming around for the final corners. I'll be honest, this is a very different ending to the race to the one.
It's not the one I think
a
many
lap
people
and a bit
were,
ago.
Expecting. I was expecting to start Salts and Grazie Ragazzi.
As the confetti flies up in the air for Stinson as he goes through the final corners now, as he puts the power down to cross the line to win the Mexican Grand Prix. Jono's dropping down the order with the amount of penalties he's got, so the first top 3 is Stinson, Chris and Exile.
Wow.
What an excellent job, Exile, to gain 15 points on Dan. to make the championship a little bit more difficult for next week. Puppy crosses the line, provisional P10. I think he's going to hold it. Tristan in P9. Jono only managing P8, so that is Jono out of the title fight now. What a race. What a shock.
Wow.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Monday Night Racing around Mexico.
Wow. I don't know what to say. If I'm Dan Murphy right now, I'm not very happy at all. That's
Yeah, that is hugely unfortunate.
the important thing for him to remember is he still has a very, very big gap in this championship, whichever way you look at it.
I was going to say,
The gap today, it was 76 points.
Down to 61.
With 3 rounds still to go.
I was going to say, gets harder and harder now for Exile to win this title.
So your finishing order this evening is Young Stinson in first place, Chris coming in his second race in M&R finishes from back of the grid in P19 to P2. Exile in P3, extending the run for this championship to go for another round. Brabbit in P4, Original Civvy in P5, Brandon P6, Civics in P7, although I think that may change because he'll be having a few words with the stewards after this race. Jonathan Cox in P8, dropping down the order with a lot of penalties. Wow. 18 seconds in total. Tristan in P9, Puppy in P10, P11 we've got Apex, and then your non-finishers we've got Dan Murphy, Lezard, FTH, Ryan, Energetics, Jack, Toon and Samuel. Ben, talk to us about the race.
Wow, what a race. What a shock. Dan was probably 5 miles away from sealing the championship. And a little nudge up the rear. And it spins on his head. But Exile gains the points that he needs to keep it alive. Whether it'll be alive this time next week remains to be seen. I will say my driver of the day has to go to Chris.
Yeah.
What a great drive. What a fantastic drive. What excellent battle up the front as well to start with between Stinson, Lezard and Jono. It all fizzled out with the second safety car, taking the excitement out of the race potentially, but then he come back with a couple of laps to go with a final safety car. So what a fantastic race. What a fantastic effort for the league.
Just looking next week, guys, for Monday Night Racing, we will be going round Italy, and Dan will be hoping to clinch the title and just have a nice, easy race. He barely has to do anything now to win the title. It's more of a when, not if, for him. And then tomorrow night, don't forget, guys, me and Ben will be back for Tuesday Night Racing, which is our reverse championship order grid. And your championship leader in that, no surprises at all, is also Dan Murphy. And I believe tomorrow night, what is it, the 5th? So we'll be going round Belgium tomorrow evening, which will be a fun race. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Ben, thank you for joining me in the commentary box, and we will see you tomorrow evening.